despite this, some have had harsh words for the decisions we've made, including some individuals who I've got enormous respect and admiration for. But what I hope is that everybody will take a look at what we are planning, consider the details of what we've laid out, and see the merits as I've described them.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Criticizing the Divine Ordinance. Excerpt from Tawheed al-Mufaddal. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, peace be upon him, said, "A criticizer may criticize the Divine Ordinance from another point of view and say, is there ordinance in this world while we see that powerful person oppress, transgress and rape? The weak are wronged and humiliated. Good people are poor and afflicted with distress. Bad people are sound and wealthy. Sinners and criminals are not punished immediately. If there is in fact planned ordinance in the world, affairs should happen according to analogy. Good people should be blessed. Bad people should be deprived. Powerful people should be unable to wrong the weak, and sinners should be punished immediately. It is said in answering this, if it were so, doing good, with which man has been preferred over other creatures, would disappear. People would not do good or benevolence expecting to be rewarded and trusting in what Allah has promised in return. People would be like animals that are led by whip and fodder. No one would act due to the certainty of being rewarded or punished until people would emerge from humanity into animality. What is not seen, meaning the unseen, would not be known, and no one would act except for the present pleasure of the worldly life. Even good people would act to earn livelihood and wealth in this worldly life only, and those who refrain from oppression and sins would do that just for fear of immediate punishment until all people's deed would be done only for the present and with no certainty of what is with Allah, and they would not deserve the reward of the hereafter or the eternal bliss in it. Nevertheless, these things that the criticizer has mentioned, wealth and poverty, good, health and affliction, are not contrary to his analogy, but they may happen according to that sometimes. You may find many good persons who are granted with wealth for certain wisdom, and lest people think that it is the atheists who are provided with the means of subsistence, while the pious are underprivileged and thence prefer debauchery to piety. And you find that many transgressors are punished when their transgression and harms increase against people and against themselves, as with Pharaoh, when he was punished with drowning, and Nebuchadnezzar was punished with getting lost, and Belbis with killing. Allah may delay the punishment of some evildoers and postpone the reward of some good doers till the afterlife for some reasons unknown to people. This does not refute the planned ordinance. Many rulers in the earth do this without annulling their ordinances. In fact, their delaying of what they delay and hastening of what they hasten are considered within their right of statesmanship and foresightedness. Since all evidences and their analogy necessitate that things have a wise creator, then what prevents this creator from managing his creation? According to their analogy, a maker does not neglect his craft except for one of three reasons: inability, ignorance, or evilness. But all of these are impossible in the creation of Allah the Almighty, for an unable one cannot make such great, wonderful creatures. An ignorant one does not know what is right and wise, and an evil one does not try to create and establish such things. If it is so, then definitely the creator of these creatures manages them, although much of this management cannot be understood by people. The public does not understand much of the management of rulers, nor do they know its reason, because they do not know the secrets of the rulers, nor what is there in their minds. If the reason behind a certain management becomes known, it will be found as right and correct. If you have a doubt regarding some drug or food, and then it becomes clear to you in 2 ways or 3 that it is cold or hot, will you not judge that it is as you have found and then remove the doubt from your mind? So what about these ignorance? Why do they not judge that this world has been created and managed by a wise creator, and deny that it has been created in spite of all the evidences before them that cannot be counted? If half of the world and what it contained were somehow ambiguous, whether correct or not, it would not be a good thinking or courtesy to judge that all the world had been established out of indifference and by chance, because the other half would have accurate and perfect things that would refute such hasty, untrue opinions. How is it then that whenever one searches, he finds the utmost correctness and perfection, so that nothing may come to one's mind unless it is found most right and perfect? O Mufaddal, know that the name of the universe in Greek is cosmos, which means embellishment. It has been called so by philosophers and wise people too. They called it so when they saw its perfect order and organization. They did not call it order or organization, but called it embellishment, to show that beside its exactness and perfection, it was the utmost in beauty and splendor. O Mufaddal, I wonder at those people who do not judge medicine to be faulty, though they see doctors commit mistakes, but they judge the world to be neglected with no manager, though they do not see anything neglected in it. I really wonder at the morals of those who claim to be wise but ignore morals among people and set their tongue free to abuse the exalted Creator. Glory be to Him. The wonder is at the wretched man when he pretends to have the knowledge of secrets while he is blind to the evidences of wisdom in the creation, and claims that the creation is full of mistakes and the Creator is ignorant. The oddest of all are the atheists who wanted to perceive by senses what could not be perceived by reason, and when they failed, they denied the existence of the Creator and said, "Why is He not perceived by reason?" It is said, He is above the position of reason, as sight when does not see that which is above its position. When you see a stone rising in the air, you know that someone has thrown it. This knowledge comes not from the sight but out of reason, because it is reason that distinguishes and knows that a stone does not rise by itself. Do you not see how the eyesight stops at a point and does not exceed it? So does reason. It stops at a point in the cognizance of the Creator and does not exceed it, but it realizes existence through reasoning. It is the same reason by which man realizes that there is a soul inside him, though he does not see or feel it by any of the senses.